Wow, isn't it beautiful here in Prague? Absolutely beautiful views here in this studio in Prague. It is nice though. This is the all-new Škoda Epiq. This is the third triplet in the VW group. So you've got the Cupra Raval, the VW ID Polo, and this. But is it Epiq? Let's find out. Now I know what you're thinking. This is actually considerably bigger than the ID Polo. And yes, you would be right. But actually, in terms of the triplets, this will be the smallest electric Škoda that you can buy. So technically we can kind of put it up against the id.cross, if that makes sense. But they all run on the same platform. It's quite rugged, isn't it? I mean, it's giving Jeep. Do you know what I mean? Although they've kind of gone, in your face Jeep, let's add an extra hole, because Jeep always has 7, and this has got 8, so. But they've now got the new sort of Škoda design language going on. So you've got the sort of tech deck in here, and then this is a full circle along here. There's a lot more rugged bits than I was expecting. I mean, even down the side, like the plasticky bits along the bottom and the plastic around the wheel arches, it's sort of trying to be off-roady in a way. You've got like the normal Škoda door handles, roof rails, all that kind of thing, and then, new Škoda badge at the back. That's now a new thing. Now, you might be wondering, what's the point in that? What is the point in these two little finlets? Well, allow me to explain. Because every little helps, not to quote Tesco, but apparently it does when it comes down to drag and efficiency and aerodynamics. Right, so this has technically been put in place to stop stone chips from coming up because the wheels are completely flush with the body of the car. And you wouldn't have to have this if the wheels were slightly further in, but they wanted to make them flush, so they have to always add like a little kind of sticky out bit here, but they wanted it to look nice. So they added these two strips here to stop the stone chips from sort of coming out at the bottom of the wheels. But actually, in terms of drag coefficient, it's made a difference. Very, very slight difference, but it has made a difference, which is kind of clever. Škoda's simply clever. Nice. Around the back. Now, this is all kind of new Škoda design going on. Rugged bum bum, we like that. Now this is the 55 version. So in the UK, we're going to get the 40 and the 55. Now the 55 has a 52 kilowatt hour battery. That will give you around 430 kilometers of range, which is around 267 miles. If you go for the smaller 40, then you've got a 37 kilowatt hour battery, which is around 193 miles, which is perfectly fine. But the boots, that's what you want to see. Right, look at this. What do you mean, Nicola? That's not that exciting. It's just a normal boot. Stay with me. Škoda Simply Clever. A nice place to store your cables. Ridiculous under boot floor. So actually in total, you've got 475 litres of space, which is pretty bloomin' big. Basically the same as the id.cross. But it's big, big under boot floor. You can get a lot of stuff underneath there. And then something else that Škoda Simply Clever is that. I want to do that. Don't do that, Nicola. I realised it when I did it. It says do not touch.
Put down then.
They shouldn't do that to me. I'm obviously going to touch it. Right, welcome to the interior. It's kind of very similar to the Enyaq and the Aircross in terms of the screens going on in here. So it's kind of a similar layout, which means it's a bit more old school Škoda in terms of your slidey volume controls and the fact that your climate controls are all still within the screen. You do get physical buttons down here to kind of go to your main menus, for your climate menus and for all that sort of stuff, and for your assists if you want to turn your bing bongs off. You also have something new, which is wireless charging for your phone, so you can put your phone there, but if you find that your phone either can't wirelessly charge or it gets a bit overheaty, you can also put it there. And it's got a little gap down there, so if you need to put a cable through, you can kind of plug in your cable and have your phone sat there instead, which is kind of nice. Your driver's screen is nice and small, nice and straightforward. You're now very similar to the id.cross. The B mode also activates one pedal driving. Got 3 levels of Regen and full one pedal driving. In terms of materials and stuff, you've got 3 designs to choose from. So it's Studio, Loft and sweet. Now if you go for sweet, then you have like faux leather bits and all that kind of stuff, and just much jazzier design. I believe this is the entry level model, the studio version, but actually the materials in here are quite nice. I like the fact that we have proper buttons on the steering wheel. I like the fact that we have proper buttons for your windows and stuff. The cup holders, I've been told to mention this to you. So Vicky Parrott, who is our editor for Electrifying.com, is very passionate about her coffee. And when she sat in this car, when it was still kind of the covered version, she got very cross that she couldn't fit her big coffee cup into these cup holders. I mean, they look quite small, but if you're a big coffee cup kind of person, you might need to just bear that in mind. Or put it in this giant thing down here. That's quite big, isn't it? Put your coffee in there, or just hold it. There is also a new Škoda Simply Clever thing. You don't just also have the umbrella in the door like you always do. In here, there's a little thing there where you can put your glasses. So if you just need your glasses to drive, you can keep them in there. That's nice and neat, isn't it? Oh, by the way, within the screen, you have Gemini AI built in for your maps, and then your voice control is ChatGPT. So I think they just argue with each other at night. Why does that not come back further? That could come back further. That would be nice, isn't it? Otherwise, because if you're kind of sat there and you're taller, you could end up kind of boop, 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 banging your head on that little extra curvy bit. It's fine though. There's leg room. I'm 5'6.5", 169 centimetres. I have leg room, nice flat floor, couple of charge ports, pocket for your phone, hook for your coat, place for your cups. That's it really.
Oh, by the way, should you need them, there are 3 sets of Isofix fittings, one of them included in the front passenger seat. Now, we don't know if that's standard yet, we're still waiting to find out the UK specs, but that would be a really nice feature of a small family car because most rivals only get 2 sets. So if you've got more kids, then you're set for life.
You ready for some numbers? Charging. If you go for the 40, which is the 37 kilowatt hour battery, that gives you 90 kilowatt charging. Now that will get you from 10 to 80% in around 28 minutes, something like that, which is perfectly fine-ish. If you go for the 55, which is this one that we've got here, you get 105 kilowatt rapid charging. That will get you from 10 to 80% in around 24 minutes. Again, perfectly fine. I'm trying to compare it to other cars. The Jeep Avenger has 100 kilowatt rapid charging, but then it all comes down to the price. So what we've been hearing is this will start at around £25,000. We don't have official pricing yet, but we're hearing it will start at around that price, which is okay. In terms of power, if you go for the 40, the smaller battery, the 37 kilowatt hour battery, you get 135 horsepower. Perfectly fine, I guess. If you go for the 55, this version, the bigger battery version, then you get 210 horsepower. This isn't the kind of car that you want to throw around. This is a family wagon. They're all front wheel drive, you know. Oh, by the way, while I'm here, there is an 18-litre optional frunk should you need it. You probably won't need it though. I mean, if you do want it, it's quite long and it comes with some more Simply Clever stuff like this thing, and that cleans your cables if you want, and then you've got a brush for all your brushing needs. I mean, mostly you're just going to put the cables and stuff in the back, aren't you, in the boot? So, I am not a horse. Okay.
So I think the only downside of a Škoda is the warranty. Now at the moment they still have 3 years or 60,000 miles, which is pretty much industry standard. But given that MG, Kia, Hyundai, BYD, Peugeot, Toyota, JQ, Renault and loads more offer more than 5 years of warranty, I feel like Škoda need to up their game a little bit there. I mean, the Epiq's battery is of course covered for 8 years and 100,000 miles, and we will expect to see this car on the road later on in the year.
Hello? Yep. Yes. Well, the embargo lifts in like an hour, so... Okay, could you put that in a text to me, please? Sure, thanks. Bye, 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 bye. Right. Okay, that that was Skoda. Here's what's happened. We're currently on a different car launch. We filmed the Škoda Epiq 2 months ago, and an hour before the embargo lifted, they've just sent me all the information on pricing. They've texted, lovely stuff. Well, here's the interesting bit. I mean, for years we've heard manufacturers talk about making EVs more affordable, but this is probably one of the first times a mainstream European brand has actually landed close to that magic £25,000 number with a compact family SUV. So we're starting at £24,950. Now that's for the SEL 40. I mean, the Epic's going to be going straight for cars like the Renault 4, the Kia EV2, or even the ID Polo. But actually, on paper, with the Škoda, you've got a lot for your money. Because that entry-level model, I mean, that comes with adaptive cruise control, rear parking sensors, 18-inch alloys, LED headlights. Lovely. And then, the bigger battery, that's the 55, that starts from £27,700 and climbs to just over £31,000 with the first edition. I reckon that's probably going to be the more popular one because that one comes with heated seats, the heated steering wheel, the keyless entry, the parking camera, the 20-inch alloys, vehicle to load. So that's all good. And we don't have PCP or leasing prices yet, but I think that's going to be really, really important. So orders can start coming in from July, and we're not going to see the 40 until later on in the year. So at the moment, you can only put your orders in for the 55 as of July. Interesting. Okay, well, back to me in the studio.
So you might not be buying new, but if you're looking at a used EV, then the website is where we help people avoid the usual mistakes. We list used cars, but with the context that actually matters, like battery warranties and guides with what to watch out for. So if you're watching on a TV or a computer, you can scan the QR code and browse on your phone while the video keeps playing.
Now, a lot of this comes down to what kind of badge you want. So do you want the Cupra Raval, the upcoming VW id.cross, or this, the Škoda Epiq? I like the id.cross, I do. We've had a few dates now, we get along very well. However, the Epiq, and well, every Škoda really, comes with all the Simply Clever stuff, which I just think is bloody brilliant. I feel like you just get more for your money when it comes to a Škoda, even though they're all the same family. Do you know what I mean? It's good though. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and bye.